This is my personal gang stalking story, part 3, Gabe's Galaxy. Thank you for joining. So, this is a very highly requested topic, a very serious topic in my opinion. How are they able to know what I'm thinking? Like, you're not alone. So, as y'all know, I have suffered from drug addiction. But understand that you could differentiate from something that is reality and something that isn't reality. And on certain occasions, when I felt like I was being gang stalked, I was completely sober, not on drugs, not on anything. Like I said, they prey on vulnerable people that are isolated and that are dealing with certain types of issues and addictions. There's all these people on the bus and they're all talking about me, like in a way where it's like they want me to notice. I'm by myself, I sit down, and they're following me to wherever I'm going. And I mean, this is a very creepy thing to imagine or even think of as being reality. But the fact of the matter is, for a lot of people, it is. So doing whatever I'm doing and whatever I'm looking at, like they're describing what I'm looking at as I'm looking at it. They're saying things that only I know. You feel me? Drop a like, drop a comment. They're saying things that only I know. Okay? These people would wait until I did, like, because they know I'm in that flight or fight type of mindset. And that is what they utilize. You know, they seek people who are vulnerable. And somebody needs to hear it. I need to hear it. You know, I need to get this out because it's just like, be sleeping in the living room, right? And just imagine this. There's like a little slit, like, in the blinds. And somebody, or I don't know what it is, somebody is like shining a bright ass light, like while I'm sleeping in bed, like on the couch in the living room. They're shining a bright ass light from what seems to be across the street. And I remember just sleeping, and I would notice this light, like, what the hell, this is so weird. Why is this light just shining on me? I'm trying to sleep. Like, who is this, from somebody across the street? Like, what kind of light shines directly into somebody's house? I mean, yeah, you could say, oh, it was a street light, but I'm telling you, this light was like, it was like straight, like you know, it's just boom on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, they would shine lights on me. Like one time, noticing like little things. You know, I would come home and then a car pulled up to my house in Oakland. And it's so weird. Like, I was not visible. I'm making these faces and they're describing the faces that I'm making. You know, they're like, oh yeah, like he's scared, look at him, like blah blah blah. Up with her kids. She walks up in a stroller with her kids, trained person, like the operator who like runs the tickets and shit, like this is what's happening. And from what I remember, I think he started freaking out too, like a little bit though, because I was like, hey, you gotta call the cops, blah, blah, blah. And the calls and says, blah, 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 it's a lie. And I just remember like, looking at him like, what the fuck? Like, he's just discrediting me right now. Or actually, the cops had came, and I was like trying to tell them like what was going on. It's like the cops know what gang stalking is. The cops know what's going on. So they walked me down to like to the bottom of the platform, and like there's hella people though, right? The energy the energy is just like, you can just tell, right? So I am on the train, and I'm just like sitting there like by myself, and like these group like this, like three, and just sat directly across from me, and they're just staring at me, right? They're staring at me, right? Like they're staring at me, right? Like, and I'm just like looking out the window, and I'm telling myself like, man, I'm crazy. Like, it starts, like, I know what's going on at this point. So I get off the train, I sit down, and these two people sit down right next to me. Like, there's like a bunch of tables, and like they sit down right next to me, and I'm sitting there all by myself, and like this lady starts talking to this other person about like, they're talking about it in a way, they talked about it so much. Like, when the lady walked out the store, like I asked her, I was like, hey, no, nah. And so I go back in the store. Like, I'm okay. I would be like saying something to myself just about like what is going on around me, because there's a lot of stuff going on around me. You know, like these and two girls that were at the Starbucks, like, would be like reading my lips or on like some weird ass fucking shit though. Like, they like I'm saying or like what I'm thinking, and it was just, and like they started communicating with me in like some weird ass way, like, and people would walk in and they would like look at me, like they were all just looking at me, like everybody was giving me these fucked up ass looks. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though. Like, everybody was describing my actions and me to me. Like, I don't know. It was so, just imagine like a group versus one person. You know, you can imagine the psychological and emotional damage that can do to that one person that is experiencing that. So